G'day, this is Scotty Tucker. So once you've got your estimated pond volume, let's say for example it's 4,000 litres. What that means in theory is that you need a 4,000 litre an hour pond pump. Unfortunately, it's still not that simple, because what you're then going to use that pump for then starts determining and influencing the size that you actually need. When you are pumping water and when you're moving water around in a pond, if you put a 4,000 litre pond pump in there and the manufacturer's specifications say that it's a 4,000 litre an hour pump, then hopefully you've got a good chance that it's going to move 4,000 litres an hour. Sometimes the manufacturers stretch the truth a little bit depending on where it's made. Chinese pumps are a little bit notorious for not doing what they actually say that they're going to do. But let's say you get a reputable pump company who's told you it's a 4,000 litre pump, you put in the 4,000 litre pond and it's moving 4,000 litres an hour, that's great. Problem is, as soon as you start putting on a hose and, for example, going up a waterfall or a statue or whatever water feature that you want to run, or going into a filter, what happens is that pump loses some of that circulation, because the trade-off is the higher you lift water, the less water that actually comes out the end when you lift it. That's the second specification that you'll get on a pond pump. They'll generally have two main aspects that they'll list on the box or on the packaging. One will say 4,000 litres an hour, and it might say something like max head 3.5 metres. What that means, head just simply refers to the height that the pump is going to lift the water, and that height isn't taken all the way down from the bottom, it's taken from the top water level. So let's say, for argument's sake, you've got a waterfall that's 1 metre high and your pump says that it's got a maximum head of 3.5 metres high. You might think, great, 4,000 litres, maximum height will do 3.5 metres high, that's the perfect pump for me. Unfortunately it's not, because that's where the trade-off comes in. What happens is that the pump, when it invests the energy in lifting the water up through the hose, then it has to, the trade-off is that some of the water flow is reduced. So what happens, and you'll see this on, again, some of the pump packaging and websites and information that you'll see, is that you have what's called a pump performance chart, or a curve. And that simply shows you how much water the pump will do at what they call 0 metres head, or no lift, which is that 4,000 litres an hour. And it will show you that what it will do at the maximum height of 3.5 metres. And what you'll see at that maximum height of 3.5 metres is that no water comes out, or the slightest trickle. So in between there, if you've got a waterfall that's say 1 metre high, what you're going to find is that pump is probably going to move, maybe 2,000 litres, maybe 3,000 litres at 1 metre high. So coming back to that general rule of circulating the water body once an hour, you think you've got a 4,000 litre pond, I need a 4,000 litre pump, but because you're going up a waterfall or a statue or up into a filter, you need to allow for that and say, well, okay, now it's only going to do somewhere between 2,000 to 3,000 litres an hour, so I need a larger pump. And that's a good general rule. If ever you're not sure, but you know that your pond's 4,000 litres and you remember this video, just think, okay, I know I've got a 4,000 litre pond, but I'm going to be pumping through a waterfall and this and that, so I'm better off to step it up to a 6,000 litre an hour pump, or a 5,000 or an 8,000, whatever the next model up is, just so that you've got that extra capacity. You can always turn a pump that's more powerful down, but you can't turn a pump up if it's not giving you the flow that you want out of your waterfall or through your filter. So that's the first stage, if you like, on sizing up a pond pump.